Hey family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Janelle. Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing how to basically start a business from scratch. I've compiled a list and I've kind of brought my computer over here so we can talk about it together. But I've compiled a list of questions that I've been asked since I started my business. So that's what we'll be talking about and what I'll be answering today. Okay, so I know I'm a wedding photographer, but this can really pertain to pretty much any photographer or the start of any business pretty much if you're in service, like for a vendor. If you know someone that is thinking of beginning a photography business or a vendor business, you can go ahead, share, that will really help them out and it will help me out too. So, all right, everyone, let's get started. Okay, so the first question, let me see here. This is the first time that I'm recording with a mic, guys. I'm so hyped because this is like live audio. So I'm putting both of them together. Okay, so this is like beginner problems. I know that probably everybody ahead of me that's done YouTube video for years is like, the crickets are going off, okay, I feel cool. Give me my moment. All right, so let's get back to these questions before I get carried away because that's what I normally do. I just hope this audio sounds good and that we are rolling with this because this is all or nothing right now. All right. That's why I'm holding this mic like I'm sick. See, I'm getting carried away. Okay, here we go. First question is, how much should I charge? How much should I charge when I start my business? I've gotten that question, and I've also gotten in the same question, should I see how much other photographers charge? Okay. My best way to answer this is, I had to put this question first because it's so common, but my best answer for this is there's no common price to start, if that makes sense. So if you're starting out, you're not going to be like, oh, that photographer charges $200, so I am too. That's a big boo-boo to make, and the reason being is because you should be charging based on your worth, your experience, your portfolio. It's pretty much you're charging on your lifestyle. Like, do you want this as a full-time, as a part-time, as a hobby? So you got to ask yourself these questions and be super real with yourself. And yeah, so you're going to want to answer yourself that question first. You want to find out, how long you've been with experience. Now, realizing your worth doesn't necessarily mean how many years you've been in business, because people can be a lot of years in business and not grow, creatively and as an artist. So that doesn't necessarily mean years of business is, good. I mean, it's good, but it's not make or break, So you gotta realize what you're worth, what you've done for years, your personal years of experience, what you worked on your own. Are you a wizard in Photoshop? Are you, good with double exposure? Are you, are you a god of lighting? You know what I mean? I don't know, but you gotta be asking yourself these questions, and that's how you're going to pretty much start your base price. It's a lot of other things as well, which we'll get into here in a moment, but that's where you want to start, is asking yourself, what you're worth, what you want to charge as a photographer, as a person, for yourself and for your lifestyle. Okay, so what else you want to do within that question is write out your profit and losses. So the way I organized mine was pretty much by my business, my business as a brand, and anything I spend for my clients. So, your losses for your business can include anything from editing software, client management services, any new gear, any promotions that you do, so it could be pretty much anything that you spend for your business. You're going to want to write out all of your losses for that. Your losses for your clients can include anything Let's say, for example, you bring sunglasses to every single session for your clients because you're an outdoor photographer. You don't want the sun in their face. I don't know, something crazy. Let's just throw that out there, that you bring sunglasses. That's an expense that you do, and that's something that you provide. So you're gonna want to write out absolutely everything that you basically bring to the table for your clients and as a business. Now once you create your losses and you write out absolutely everything, your mileage, absolutely everything that you want to charge as a business, that is when you're going to want to bring in your profit. So your P&L report or your profit and loss report should be all of your losses and your profit. Your profit is going to be your income and what you're going to want to support what you spend as a business. So you don't obviously want to, what's the word I want to use? I'm like, I have it at the tip of my tongue, but I don't know. I can't think of it right now. But you don't want to even out. Basically, you don't want to spend your money and then when you make money, it's at zero. You want to obviously make a profit from that. So that's where you're going to start your price. Now, whatever that is, that's going to be completely up to you. You're going to have to decide if you want to do this full-time, part-time. If you want to do it full-time, just be a little more mindful. Just be a little more mindful of your years of experience, your quality of work, and the budget of your audience. I wouldn't recommend charging $10K for a wedding if you've never shot a session before. You know what I mean? So, if you want to, do you, boo? You know what I mean? Do you? But I wouldn't recommend it. So that was the first question. So how much should I charge when I start my business? That is going to be completely up to you. I recommend doing a profit and loss report and figuring out your start price there. Now, I can't give a starting price because that's you. That's what you want to put as your business. If you want to incorporate maybe what other photographers charge as a region and kind of set your price based around that, you can do that too. But I wouldn't look at other photographers and be like, hey, they're charging $300. I'm going to charge $300. You know what I mean? Because they offer different things and everyone's different. Everyone's lifestyle is different. So I hope that helped answer your question. So number 2, the question that I've gotten a lot is, why is it important to have a brand before starting a photo biz? Having a brand is so important. It's something that I learned later in life, and I wish I could have learned it earlier. I really did a lot of research on branding and how important it is, because your business is your brand and your brand is who you are. It's okay to be a little selfish during this part. If you're anything like me, being selfish is hard to do. But you must. So you got to be a little selfish in creating your brand, because like I said, it is who you are and what you want your business to portray. So if you don't know how important branding is, let's just say McDonald's, right? Someone shows you a logo of McDonald's, just the M by itself. Like backwards with your eyes closed in your dreams, that is a McDonald's logo, right? You don't have to see what the phrase is. You don't have to see that it says McDonald's. You just see that M and you're like, McDonald's. You know what I mean? Nike, another one. That's a check mark. Has nothing to do with the word, but when you see that check mark, you're like, that's Nike, So your brand is who you are, what you want your brand, what you want your business to be, what you want it to portray, as not only a logo, but it boils down to your colors, to the filters that you use, your style, the way that you carry yourself. Are you an adventurous photographer? If you're an adventurous photographer that does only destination weddings, then you would want to throw in something that has to do with nature or travel, incorporate anything like that, because when your general audience sees that, they're like, oh, she has an airplane in her logo, she has to love travel. For me, Mine's floral, mine's butterflies. I'm a very outdoor photographer. I love travel. So I'm also delicate. So I also wanted to include different little pieces of who I was so I can attract the audience that vibes with me, because everybody's different, you know? If we all had the same type of people, we'd all be the same. So we all have people that we click better with and that like our style, and that's completely okay. The one thing to remain is you. Throughout the entire building process of your business, you want to remain you and everything that you want to attract. So it's super important. So that was the answer to that. Why is it important to have a brand before starting a photo biz? And that is the reason why. So before you go live, you want to have this all laid out. You want to have your colors in place. You want to have your filters. You want to have your logo, your business cards, your banners for you if you have your Facebook, everything. Your entire aesthetic has to flow. It has to vibe. That is what your brand is. So when you come across everything from a third party looking in, they're like, oh, you know, that's Janelle's work. That's Lisa's work. That's, you know what I mean? So you want to have something that be like, that's who that is. Because even if they don't remember your name, they'll remember, you know, parts of your brand, who you are. Oh, she has a lot of flowers in her logo. Yeah, she has a mountain in her logo, stuff like that. So just be mindful of that before going live. It's super, super, super important. So the last question that I wanted to get to, this one I wanted to bunch up as like one question in a way, because it was like different questions within the same topic or within the same category, if that makes sense. So the question, I had to like create one because I don't know what. I talk with my hands. I'm so Spanish, guys. This is ridiculous. I'm Spanish. I'm Hispanic. I'm Latin, whatever you want to call it. I talk a lot with my hands. So helps me not be nervous. I'm also fidgety and anxiety, and I'm going off track again. So the last question, I had to put it in my own words, but I put, what are some of the basic tools to run your business? I've gotten some like, what picture gallery do you use? How do you get your clients to set to sign your agreements? How do you send your clients your proofs? So it was like different questions within the same category. So I created a one big question. So what are some of the basic tools to run my business? Some of these tools include website design, client management, and picture galleries. So I wanted to kind of lay them out, and I'll go into them in just a moment. Website design, client management, and picture galleries saved my life. I've been a photographer since 2012, so I've gone from like literally nothing. I didn't have client management systems when I started. Photoshop was just beginning too. It's a game changer especially if you're a beginning photographer, like right now, if you're just jumping into the business right now. I totally 1000% recommend some of these websites. I've included them in my description, but I highly recommend them. I mean, they've made my business just go from night to day. It's made my productivity so much faster. So yeah, let's get into the details of some of these things. For website design, gosh, there's so many companies that offer like website templates, and I've also added those in the description. So for starting photographers, if you're beginning and you don't have a website, there's different websites that offer these templates. Some are free, some are super expensive, some are affordable if you want to spend something. So I've added a list of different people, and I put little dollar signs based on how expensive, I can't talk this morning, how expensive everything is. So I've listed that below in the description, and I just wanted to add that was super important. That's one of the main tools that I use is my website. Client management. What is client management? It is a game changer, number one. It's like a virtual online assistant. It does everything from gosh, it does everything from telling me when I have a session coming up. It does agreements, it does invoices, it does brochures, it does proposals, like everything under the sun that you would pretty much need more employees for, a client management system does. And it handles literally everything for me. Of course, I have to manage it. I go in there and I have to follow up and stuff like that. But it keeps everything in one place, super organized. I've also added some links to different client management systems down below in the description box, so you can check those out. Let me see what else. And picture galleries, guys. Wow. Picture galleries. I'm huge on aesthetic. Like, everything has to like match and flow, and I'm like huge on that. Picture galleries. When I first started my business, guys, it was all about little discs and and little, what I mean by like little discs, the little memory sticks, they carried nothing. Like, they had literally zero memory. So I would have to give like 4 or 5 of these sticks for weddings, like back in 2009. And now they have picture galleries where people could just log in, see their gallery, download them, buy prints if you want. I can go on and on. I've also listed some of those picture galleries down below. See, I almost messed up again. I can't even deal. So I've also added those in the description box below. So the last tip before I go, because that's all the questions that I have for today. If you have any questions though, like additional questions that you didn't have answered today, please leave them in the comments below, because I would love to do a part 2 and continuance of business basics. This was just part 1. So yeah, but for now, that's all I have. But before I go though, if you stayed all the way to the end of this video and you were interested in signing up with one of the client management systems, and one of the client management systems that you loved was HoneyBook, if you click on the link, you'll be able to save 50% off for the year. So if you click on the link that I added in the description box for HoneyBook below, you'll be able to save 50% off for the year. Basically, you get the half price for the year versus what the full price would be, which I had to pay the full price, and it's okay, but I would love to help somebody else. So if you want to save 50% for the whole year, HoneyBook saved my life. I would recommend it down below. So that's all, friends. If you have any more ideas other than some business basic questions, you can also leave that below. If you know anybody that would be benefiting from this video, please go ahead and share, like, subscribe, tell everybody. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching my video. Love and light. Peace.